Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and bow down to me, and you will come to me without fail. And I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and bow down to me, and you will come to me without fail. And I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One more time, together. Try to open your heart a little more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare become my devotee. Worship me, bow down to me, and you will come to me without fail. And I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Everyone, always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me and bow down to me, and you will come to me without fail. And I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tagore Premanandi, Hari Hari. Now that your heart is open, you can let Krishna in. He's waiting. He's been knocking on the door. We're going to do a little Japa session, and we're kind of going to take off from where we left, off before lunch. Srila Prabhupada said, when you chant Krishna's name, Krishna comes and he says, you are calling me, what do you want? He says, Hanji Bolo. Yes, sir. Tell me. Hanji Bolo means, yes, sir, tell me, right? What do you want? Hanji Bolo. Ji, sir, yes, sir, tell me. Krishna comes, yes, sir, yes, madam, you called me, tell me, Bolo. What do you want? So Prabhupada said, you should tell Krishna what you want through the holy name. Not in your head, but in your heart. So I think we know how to do that now. I would like you to think of something that you really want, that's really important for you in your spiritual life. It could be something positive, or it could be something you want to get rid of. It's really important I get rid of this thing inside of me or outside of me. It's clogging up my relation with Krishna. Like, if I could just take this thing and dump it out, what would it be? Or if I could just bring this thing in, you know. It's kind of the same thing. If you want to get rid of pride, you can either do it positively, let's bring in humility, or let's just kick the pride out, whatever works for you better. So that's something that you need to think about now. Like something right now, today. What's today's day? 4th? Today's October 4th, 2025. 4th? October 4th, 2025. Today at 2:31 p.m. and 39 seconds. What is important to you? That you would, if Krishna said to you, you can ask me one thing for your spiritual life. What would it be? What today, if Krishna said, and of course tomorrow he can ask you for another thing. But today, right now, if he'd ask you, what is it you want? What would you ask for? What would you need spiritually? And it should be something that is, it's not just, whoa, it'd be nice if this happened. Not like that. It's got to be like, this is huge. If this was removed from my life, or if this was given to me, it would be huge for my spiritual life. That thing. Because the more it's huge for you, the more you're going to chant naturally with a lot of devotion. Right? And that's what I was talking about before. If you want to express your emotion to Krishna, it should be something that's really important. So I'm going to let you think about that, and I don't think you should begin until you feel it. It's because if you don't begin feeling it, you may not feel it at all. So, and this is how I would suggest starting any japa session. You're intentional, and you feel it. And then you express it from your heart, not from your lips, although your lips will be chanting. And you can start now, you can wait till you feel it. Maybe you're not sure what to ask for. Maybe you're one of those indecisive people who wants to ask for 100 things. Well, just choose one for now. You have to convince Krishna you want it. So he's looking to see what you're feeling, and that's how he will be convinced. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram try to reflect on how important that desire is to you, so that you get energized. Just remind yourself, like, what it would feel like if Krishna just gave that thing to you, whatever it is you're asking for him to give or take away. How would that impact you? How would you feel? How important is that for you? Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare. Okay, so stop there, hold your beads, pull your beads out of your bag. We're going to do kirtan, and then we're going to do kirtan with the same prayer, and then we're going to go back to japa. We're going to try to really punch this in. Okay? Is there harmony? Oh, there it is. Thank you. So keep this same desire. We're gonna beg Krishna to help us with whatever it is we need help with. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Govinda, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govind, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now, you remember? Oh my God. You remember what you were praying for? You remember? So, We're going to chant together, praying for what we're praying for, and then we're going to go back into our japa. I'm going to keep helping you understand that chanting is prayer. It's not mechanical. It's not a process. So think, again, connect with that desire for what it is you want and pray for it through the holy name from your heart together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I have a question for you. Was Krishna convinced to give you what you want by that mantra? Or do you need to do it better? Maybe better? Okay, let's try it again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, let's continue with our japa. Keep that mood. Keep crying. Keep praying. Keep opening your heart to let Krishna know what it is you're praying for. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. We don't chant with our lips, we chant with our Hare. Affirmation number 12. I chant from my heart, feelingly praying to come closer to Krishna. Okay, so this is the graveyard shift. It's after lunch. And I'm going to keep you very engaged and entertained. Okay, so fourth verse of Shishastakam. It's a beautiful meditation. I don't want women. I don't want money, I don't want fame, I don't want anything. All I want, birth after birth, is pure devotional service. So, there's so many ways we can approach Krishna, and there's thus so many ways we can chant the holy name. This is one of them. So we're going to sing this song. Would you like to sing it? You have to remember. I've gone through several editions of melodies. I came up with one in Winnipeg. I think it's like this. I don't want money, and I don't want fame. I don't want, I don't want women, don't want anything. Birth after birth, all I want to see. What do I want to see? Just pure devotion at your lotus feet. I just want pure devotion at your feet. I don't want money, and I don't want fame. I don't want women, don't want anything. Birth after birth, all I want to see is just pure devotion at your lotus feet. I just want pure devotion at your feet. You can sing. I don't want money, and I don't want fame. I don't want women, don't want anything. Birth after birth, all I want to see is just pure devotion at your feet. What do I want? I just want pure devotion at your feet. I just want pure devotion at your feet. 'Cause I don't want money, I don't want fame, I don't want women, don't want anything. Birth birth after birth. All I want to see is just pure devotion at your feet. Everybody. I don't want money. I don't want fame. I don't want women. I don't want anything. Birth after birth. All I want to see is just pure devotion at your feet. I just want pure devotion at your... Now we're going to chant the Maha Mantra with this mood. I just want pure devotion. I don't want anything in this world. Because everything in this world is just going to take me further away from Krishna, right? So what do I want? Do you want Krishna or do you want Maya? You have to decide. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I don't want money, I don't want fame, don't want women, don't want anything. Life after life, all I want to see is just pure devotion at your feet. Everybody. I don't want money, I don't want fame, don't want women, I don't want anything. Birth after birth, all I want to see is just pure devotion at your feet. I just want pure devotion at your feet. I just want pure devotion at your feet. So Lord Chaitanya has bestowed this prayer upon us to give us direction as to what we should want, or we could say, give us direction as to what we really want, what our heart really wants. We don't want things of this world. We only want pure devotional service. And so, every morning when you're chanting Japa, what do you think you're praying for? Praying to have good prasadam, praying to get your rounds done as quickly as you can. What are you praying for? Will you all remember this after I leave? When you go home? I'm trying to make this like go down, like keep going down, keep knocking it down so deep in you it's like stuck down there, it can't get out. What did we say last night? Chanting is a prayer. And what is that? What is the prayer for devotees? I just want pure devotional service. There's another beautiful prayer which I don't think I can play. We're still working on it. But I have a recording of it. I'm not singing, but we're redoing this and we're going to recorded. This is the 5th verse of Shikshastakam, and this is also very beautiful for chanting. Because the 5th verse is, O son of Nanda. Nanda is Krishna's father. O son of Nanda, somehow, I don't know how, I don't know why, it doesn't make sense to me that I would want to be here in the material world, inside a material body, which is made of ignorance and is temporary. I don't know how I got here, I don't know how I was so foolish to make this choice, but somehow or other, I have fallen into this Vishame Bhavambuddho, this horrible ocean of material existence, of birth and death. Please pick me up and place me as an atom at your feet. I want to reside eternally at your feet. Please pick me up and place me as an atom at your lotus feet. It's a beautiful prayer for japa. This is a prayer of humility. We talk a lot about humility, but specifically, we need to understand how humility applies to japa. This is the verse in which humility applies. I have fallen in this ocean, and on my own I cannot get out. It's impossible. If I don't get help, I can't get out. Humility, one aspect of humility is to understand my helplessness, what I can do and what I cannot do. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes that. It is impossible on our own to achieve prema. Therefore, the humility of the devotee when they chant is, Krishna, please help me. I cannot do this alone. It is impossible. So just like we've fallen in the ocean, we can't get out of the ocean on our own. Please pick me up. I want to be at your lotus feet, but I can't get there without your help. That's the humility of a Vaishnava. And so when we say chant in a humble state of mind, that's actually exactly what it means. I want to love you. I want pure devotional service, but I need your help to get it. So I'm praying for your help. That's the mood. This is such a important aspect of Vaishnavism, because humility is one of the essential ingredients of pure bhakti. And that humility is, I need help. Not only do I need help, I need a lot of help. I need all the help I can get to reach you. So, here's a song. I hope you can understand the words. Anyway, you know the words. O son of Nanda, somehow I've fallen into the end. Well, that's Hare Krishna. Yeah. It's through a phone into the speaker.
Son of Nanda, I am your eternal servant, but somehow I have fallen into the ocean of repeated birth and death. Please pick me up and place me as an atom at your lotus feet. Please pick me up and place me as an atom at your lotus feet. O son of Nanda, I am your eternal servant, but somehow I have fallen into the ocean of repeated
That was me singing live, but not there. No, we're working on that song now. That's a demo. Yeah. Nice, huh? What is it? Yeah. You want to hear another one? When I finish it, yeah. I can't give it to you because this is just a demo. So let me see if I can find another one that you'll like. That's also not, I'm just putting you in anxiety. It's also not ready yet. See if I have it. I'm bad at placing these. Oh no, I'm not sure where it is. I'll give you, let me see. This is Yugaitam Nimeshena. I think it's another devotee singing. I have a recording of me singing it. We sing it together, but I don't think I have my voice.
When will my eyes be decorated with tears of love? When will my voice choke and my hairs stand on end? At the recitation of your holy name. At the recitation of your holy name.
This is when we're chanting and we're hankering for some emotion to arise. Like we're chanting, like when's something going to happen that I feel something when I chant. That's what this is about. You can sing if you want. When will my eyes be decorated with tears of love?
And when will my voice choke and my hairs stand on end? At the recitation of your holy name. At the recitation of your holy name. Shuddhara Badhanam Bhagavata Dayagila. Purakari Chitam Vapukara Tavanama Grane Bhavishvati.
You can all chant.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep chanting. Hare Krishna, my voice choke and my hair stand on end at the recitation of your holy name. At the recitation of your holy name. And when my voice choke and my hair stand on end at the recitation of your holy name, at the recitation of your holy name. Holy Lord. So, you see how much emotion is in those verses, how much prayer there is? And I had to sing it in English to bring it out, because we don't know it when we sing it in Sanskrit. And these verses I often think of when I chant, because I know what they mean and I've sung them. And I had to work on this music for every verse of Shishastakam. And I had to go very deeply into what each verse meant and really imbibe it. And this last verse is when you're chanting and you're thinking, Krishna, I've been chanting your name for so many years, and I have so much emotion and feeling for things of this world, but I don't have emotion and feeling for you. So it's like this is actually hankering after the stage of bhava, because the stage of bhava you have these symptoms where you choke, when you say Krishna's name and you cry, your hair stand on end. So Mahaprabhu was praying, when will that bhava come? But instead of saying, when will the bhava come, he's saying, when will the symptoms of bhava come? And so by that he means, when will I chant your name and feel so much love that I cry and I choke? And I'm sure you've all felt that before, right? You're chanting, and it's like there's nothing, and it's like, when? When's it going to happen, right? So I think these three prayers really show how much emotion is there. The other prayers are a little elevated, but I can sing it for you if you like. Just so we can see what's there. So the next one is separation. So separation is not really felt for someone until you love them. And we feel more separation from love than separation of having love. But when will, without you, Lord, a moment feels like a million years or more, and tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. I'm feeling all vacant in this world in your absence. It gives a sense of the intensity of love. And of course, this is what we're going for, so we need to know what we're going for, right? We need to know what it looks like, what it feels like. One moment is unbearable. And Prabhupada said
there's no love in the material world, and that is very difficult to understand. What did he mean? My mother loved me, your mother loved you, you love your children. But he meant the kind of love that Radha has for Krishna is not, it doesn't exist on this plane. Where one moment seems like an eternity. You know, sometimes lovers have fights and they actually want to get away from one another. I don't want to talk to you and I don't want to see you. Isn't it? You get tired of one another. It's like, you know, I mean, I love you and everything, but just leave me alone for a while. Right? And here Mahaprabhu is saying 1 second, one nanosecond, it's like a million years or more. So when we say there's no love like that. That you can't bear the separation. So, would you like to hear the song? And you can sing with me also, if you like. Without you, Lord, a moment feels like a million years or more. And tears are flowing from my eyes, just like torrents of rain. Just like torrents of rain. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. Without you, Lord, a moment feels like a million years or more. And tears are flowing from my eyes, just like torrents of rain. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. Feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. You want to try to sing? Just give it a try. 2, 3, 4. Without you, Lord, a moment feels like a million years or more. And tears are flowing from my eyes, just like torrents of rain. Just like torrents of rain. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. Feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. And I'm feeling all vacant in the world without you, Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Go Premanande. So that's separation, the 7th verse. 6th verse is hankering for Baba. 7th is you have Baba and now you're feeling separation. Separation is the highest. Love reaches the highest in separation. Because when they're separated, your meditation is most intense. And then you have the 8th verse. The 8th verse is Radharani speaking about pure love. You can love me, you can hate me, you can leave me, you can break me, you can do anything you want. I think you want to hear me play it live or you want to hear the recording? You can love me, you can break me, you can leave me or embrace me. You can do anything that you want, but you'll always be the Lord of my heart. This is your part. You will always be, always be. You will always be the Lord of my heart. You will always be, always be. You will always be the Lord of my heart. You can love me, you can break me, you can leave me or embrace me. You can do anything that you want, but you'll always be the Lord of my heart. Everyone, you will always be, always be. You will always be the Lord of my heart. You will always be, you will always be, you will always be the Lord of my. So where do you find love like this in the material world? Prabhupada said the mother's love is the closest, but that's not as pure as this. Even the love of the cowherd boys and the gopis, it's not as pure as Radha's love. If my suffering makes you happy, then let me suffer, because that will make me happy. If my happiness makes you unhappy, then I don't want my happiness, because it will make me unhappy. So we're trying to understand this is love. Right? Should we sing it one more time? You can sing with me if you like. You can love me, you can break me, you can leave me or embrace me. You can do anything that you want, but you'll always be the Lord of my heart. You will always be, always be. You will always be the Lord of my heart. You will always be, you will always be, you will always be the Lord of my heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Everyone. And you will always be, you will always be the Lord of my heart. You will always be, you will always be the Lord of my heart. Srimati Radharani ki jai, Shri Shri Shastakam ki jai. There's still two more you haven't heard yet. No? Should we save that for later? Well, this next one is so heavy. I have to sing it. You have to keep you awake in the graveyard shift. Without you, Lord, no. Your holy name can render blessings on all living beings. It's verse 2. And you have hundreds of names like Krishna and Govinda. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I am so unfortunate that I have no taste for your holy name. I have no taste. Holy name can render blessings on all living beings. And you have hundreds of names like Krishna and Govinda. You can all sing the next part. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I am so unfortunate that I have no taste. You want to sing that again? So, the translation, Prabhupada says, because I make offenses to the holy name, I have no attraction for chanting. And therefore, I'm unfortunate. And who created the misfortune? I created my own misfortune by making offenses to the holy name. So when I first sang this song and I sang that part, it like struck me like a thunderbolt. Like, we're singing a song telling ourselves how unfortunate we are because we commit offenses. Maybe someday that'll get through and we'll stop doing it. 2, 3. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. I am so unfortunate that I have no taste. Your turn. 2, 3, 4. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. So unfortunate that I have no. I am so unfortunate that I have no taste for your holy name. For your holy name, I have no taste. You can all start crying now. I have no taste. I have no taste for your sweet, sweet holy name. I have no taste. I have no taste for your sweet, sweet holy name. I have no taste. I have no taste. I am so unfortunate. I have no taste. I have no taste. 'Cause I'm so unfortunate. So unfortunate that I have no taste. So unfortunate that I have no taste. Hare Krishna. How does that feel? Yeah. I hope that penetrated your heart. It's a powerful verse, isn't it? It's a verse of appreciation. Mahaprabhu is appreciating. Krishna, you've come. You've come with all your potencies. You didn't leave any out. You are fully present with all your Shakti. Your holy name can render blessings on a living being. Your holy name has come to bless us. And you've come in so many names to bless us, but I'm so unfortunate, I don't like to chant. The thing that will save me, I don't like to do it. I don't have a taste for it. So, we can turn our misfortune into fortune by taking seriously the chanting of the holy name and doing it properly, right? And if we don't do it properly, we create our own misfortune. Yes? We've done all verses but number 3. This is a tough one, because you'll sing it, but it's hard to mean it. Feeling lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, offering all respects unto others, wanting none for me. Offering all respects to others, wanting none for me. That's a goal. Can't say we feel that way, but that's the goal. And then what happens when you feel respect, you're so humble, you respect everyone, then you can chant constantly. So this brings up an interesting thought. Maybe I don't like to chant because I'm proud. Because Mahaprabhu says, if you're humble, you can chant constantly. You want to sing it? Should we try it? Feeling lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, offering all respects unto others, wanting no respect for me. Then I can chant, chant, chant your holy name. And then I can chant, chant, chant your holy name. I can chant, chant, chant your holy name constantly. How often? Constantly. Constantly. Want to try to sing? Feeling lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree,
offering all respects unto others, wanting no respect for me. Then what? I can chant your holy name. I can chant your holy name. I can chant your holy name. Constantly chant your name. I can constantly chant your name. I can constantly chant your name. I can constantly chant your name. So I asked Bhurichan Prabhu, what do you think this means? You can constantly chant if you're humble. And he said, if you're humble, you realize you need help. And if you realize you need help, you'll always ask for help. So I always need to chant because I always need help. So I can't stop chanting. So that's another aspect of humility. I think I need help. I'm not proud. And so I'm always chanting. Feeling lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, offering all respects unto others. That's everybody. Wanting no respect for me. Wow. No respect for me, only for everyone else. You can say, wow. Yeah, that's way up there. Wanting no respect for me. And then I can chant your holy name. I can chant your holy name. I can chant your holy name. How constantly, oh constantly, I can chant constantly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And don't forget, one thing I don't want you to forget, your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Because your holy name is glorious, your holy name is victorious, your holy name is glorious,
Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Your holy name is glorious. Your holy name is victorious. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to your holy name. All glories to your holy name. All glories to your holy name. Everybody. All glories to your holy name. All glories to your holy name. One more time, a little louder. All glories to your holy name. Padam, padam, padam vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Padam vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Shri Shri Shastakam ki jai. So one thing I want to say before the break. As Krishna is unlimited and ever expanding, His holy name is also, because it is Krishna, it's also unlimited and ever expanding. And in spiritual life, there is no end to the happiness. There's no end to the realization. There's no end to the ecstasy. It just keeps growing, growing, growing. So, I'm going to challenge you. There is so much in the holy name that we are not experiencing. And a lot of our chanting is, as you know, is like licking in the bottle of honey. And there's a whole jar of honey in there, and we don't even know what it tastes like. Maybe we can smell it a little bit. But I just want to, I don't know if the word is challenge, but I want to just let you know, there's a lot waiting for you in the holy name that you can get, that will nourish your spiritual life deeply, that will fulfill your heart deeply. And that's Mahaprabhu's gift. So, the worst thing that could possibly happen is we don't chant properly. We commit offenses to the holy name, and we don't get to taste what Mahaprabhu came to give us. Hare Krishna. That's the worst possible thing, right? The Supreme Lord comes to give us nectar, and we don't know how to take the top off the nectar jar. And He's given us instructions how to do it, but we don't understand them. Or we don't read them, or we don't think we can follow them. So I think we should take a little break now for like 15 minutes or so. What? You can buy more books? I think you should buy, we brought 100 of each book. So you can buy books for friends. If you buy quantity, you get half price. So go for it. If you think the devotees, some of your friends who missed this retreat would appreciate
having one of these books, then, by all means, buy them. Hare Krishna. We'll see you at 5:15? 4:15, excuse me. And we'll do a couple exercises. Beautiful reflections that you'll really appreciate. I want to do an exercise which you're going to love. It's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. Come back, everyone. So, we're going to do an exercise, but before we begin, I just wanted to know if anyone has any questions, because we haven't really had a lot of time for questions. Very little time, practically no time. So I don't want to go forward without letting you ask some questions. Yes? The microphone. Who has the microphone? Nobody knows where it went? You know where the microphone is? Is it floating around on the floor somewhere? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. Not on? The green light's on?
Hare Krishna. Magic. Magic. Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, thank you so much for beautiful nectarine lectures so far. My quick question was around Bhaktivinoda Thakur has maybe a poem or maybe it's an essay which says chant anyway. So he says if you're tired, even if your mind is going elsewhere, just chant anyway. And it's kind of ironical to the quality chanting that we've been discussing for a while. So how do we reconcile that? Is his suggestion more based on the quantity, or what is it that?
No, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the one who stresses so much meditating on the meanings and just connecting on a deep level. I think there's a problem that he probably was dealing with, which we all have, is, if I can't chant well, just don't chant. So the general idea is I need to keep trying. Just keep going, don't stop. Because that's what the perfectionists do, they stop. If I can't do it well, I won't do it at all. He also has made a point that sometimes you try, but it's not your day, so to speak. So you're trying, and we've all had that experience. It's like we can't chant well. I know everything. I'll read my notes, but I'm just something is stuck. I don't have the energy. I don't have the inclination. I can't do it well. Don't give up. Chant anyway. Of course, there's always benefit, but specifically what we're talking about is that if you want to get love of Krishna, you have to avoid the offenses. But on the way to getting love of Krishna, it's better you chant than stop. So we would, like people ask the question all the time, is it better to chant one good round than 16 bad rounds? And my answer is, it's better to chant one good round, but if you're initiated, you have to chant 16 bad rounds. If you're going to, you have to chant at least 16, not bad, but you might end up chanting 16 bad. You can't stop. You have to keep going. Because when you stop, it's hard to restart. And so chanting 16 bad rounds is not a great idea, but it's a better idea than no rounds. So it's like the holy name is your only shelter, don't give it up for whatever reason. Now, what's happening to a lot of devotees is when things get really, something is difficult in their life, they stop chanting. They're too disturbed. That's the time to chant more. So that's kind of the idea. Whatever happens, don't stop, don't give up. But he was the one who said, if you're making offenses, then 100 rounds, it's not going to help. 16 dead mridangas, 100 dead mridangas, what's the point? So, Prabhupada also, it was the same. Prabhupada said, what's the use of chanting offensively? But then he said, just if you chant offensively, just keep chanting, don't stop. But something that could help is another thing Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. He said, we're told, if you commit offenses, the cure for the offense is to keep chanting. But you might say, but how could continually chanting with offense be the cure? It's not. You're trying to chant and avoid the offenses, that's the cure. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as we discussed earlier, said the cure is to chant with remorse so that you rectify it. So, that makes sense. Okay, keep chanting, just chant with remorse and rectify it. Don't just keep chanting, adding insult to injury. And there's another problem which is important to recognize. Okay, I'm not chanting well, but I should keep chanting. But the problem is that if you chant poorly, that just becomes your habit. And when you want to change it, you're so habituated to not focusing, to not really putting your heart into it, that it's really difficult to do it right. So it's something at least to be conscious of. If I continually chant poorly, aside from the very little benefit I get, there's a lot of negative samskaras there to overcome. And that's what's so good about chanting nicely, because you have positive samskaras. And you just keep going. And it gets easier and better. It doesn't take long to put in negative samskaras. Have you noticed that? A few bad days of japa, and it's like, how do I get back? I was doing so good last week. But, yeah. So it's interesting, because if we're not living in a temple, or even if we're living in a temple and working, it's much more challenging. Like you have to be more careful. Yeah. So yeah, keep chanting, but be careful. Is that okay?
Prabhu, can I just add one more question, if that's okay? Or if anyone else has a question?
Go ahead.
Prabhu, yesterday you mentioned about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada mentioning that we're just chanting the shadow and not the real name. So by that, was he referring to the Namabhas stage or still the Namaparad stage?
Aparad.
Okay.
Namaparad means I'm chanting and I'm not trying to avoid the offenses. Namabhas means I'm chanting, either I don't know the offenses, so I'm not held responsible, or I know the offenses and I'm trying to avoid them. And you have to go through the Nambhasa stage to get to the stage of Shuddha Nam. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, you get everything from Namabhas except Prema. So it's good, or maybe except Bhava. I think maybe it was Bhava. So you go through Namabhas, you go through all the stages up to Bhava. So it's not like a bad place. And there are lower stages, Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttama, stages of... So that's what we do.
And we try to avoid offenses. And also, the purity of our actions affects the purity of our japa. You say, how can you chant purely if you're not pure? So as you advance, your chanting becomes more pure, naturally. You chant, you become more pure. Your purity helps you chant more purely. Your pure chanting helps you become more pure. Your more purity helps you chant. And so it's good.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. My question is from the Sikshastakam that you mentioned that all the Sikshastakam verses can be helpful for our chanting. But I just realized that all the verses are like the stages of like going for the chanting. So first is like a cleansing of the heart, and last one is like pure devotion, pure love for a surrender. So my question is, how can we use all the verses while chanting?
Well, when you read a verse that's beyond your pay level, it's there to show you this is for us, it's like this is a tattva. It's not something that I'm going to try to do tomorrow, but this is a goal. Or in addition to a goal, this is just what it is. This is what pure love looks like, verse 8. This is what separation looks like, verse 7. This is what bhava looks like, and one who's on the cusp of bhava, this is how they'll feel. That one you can use, because you might not say, when will I fall on the floor crying? But you could say, when will I feel something? The 8th verse you could say, when will I feel a drop of this love? When will I even understand it? When will I get a glimpse of what it is? So it can be a hankering according to your adhikari, your position. And I think the 4th verse is obvious. The 3rd verse is, the understanding humility is, it's so difficult if you're proud to enter, because humility is such a deep thing. But again, Mahaprabhu is showing us, it means you respect everyone, and it means you want no respect for yourself. So now you know what it is. And now, every time you're respected, you just like that. And every time you see other devotees, how can I serve you? So you when these stages of realization are far beyond us, we have to look to the practices that would lead to that. So I'm not humble, but if I want to practice it, what do I do? Right, so that would be that verse, the 3rd verse. I think the 4th verse is obvious. We can say, I don't want money, I don't want wealth, fame, and all these things. How do we translate that for ourselves? I don't want to want. If I still want, I don't want to want. It's a definition of pure bhakti. There's nothing, you don't want anything. So I want these things, okay, I want them, but I should minimize them to only what is absolutely necessary. Like that. And the 2nd verse, of course, is appreciation with the lamentation that the holy name is so wonderful and I'm not attracted to it. And the 1st verse is all the glories of the holy name. As we're saying, the holy name is glorious. So it's also a verse of appreciation. And it gives confidence. The holy name is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankar. That gives confidence that I can become Krishna conscious with the holy name. 7th verse, separation, that's harder. But we are meant to appreciate the intense love of separation. So it's like, it's there. It's there for us to study, basically. Krishna, you need some soundproofing in this temple. I'm sure every person who visits you tells you that, right? The temple in Thunder Bay is completely professionally soundproofed. Very interesting, yeah. Did I answer your question, or are you asking something more specific? That's good. There are so many things that you're going to read about that are so far above where you're at right now. And by these stories and pure devotees being in Bhagavatam, it's not saying that this is how you have to be now. This is just saying this is what it looks like. It's not just a thesis on paper. Look at this person's life. They're exhibiting pure bhakti. So what am I to take from it? Whatever I can, according to my level. I take inspiration. I take basically whatever I can take from it, without thinking that I need to be that. But I'm only on the path to that. So how can this example inspire me now? That same example 30 years from now will probably inspire you in a different way. If we think, well, this is the standard I have to be on, we'll get discouraged. Because you can't just be on a certain standard. You have to spend decades practicing. Do you know that Prabhupada was asked, how long does it take to be Krishna conscious? And he said about 40 years. So just hold on. You're on your way. Why does it take so long? What year are you at? Have you hit 40 yet? Yeah, so you can look forward to your 40th year in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Everything will get better, easier. Don't jump off the boat. And a lot of devotees think about jumping off the boat. And I read, I don't know where the study is, but I read most people quit right before they're successful. Because they've worked so hard and they think nothing's going to happen. And then they quit. And they were like 2 inches away from success and they didn't know it. So, you're on the boat going back to Godhead, just stay on it, no matter how stormy the ocean is. Don't jump off. And if you stay on it, the boat will get there. The process works. So don't get discouraged if you're not on the highest level. Don't get discouraged by reading about these pure devotees and think, I can never be that way. Just try to get inspired that is there someday. For me also. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the beautiful session. So, as you said, the third verse is heavy and talks about humility. So, can you just elaborate on how can we understand humility in a better way? Because if I think myself to be fallen and most fallen, then that puts me into anxiety and depression, and
right.
It's the low self-worth, and what's the difference and how?
Well, the first point is, that's a very good question. The first point we have to understand is that the humility of a pure devotee only looks like low self-esteem or extreme, almost looks like suicidal, I'm unworthy, If I'm unworthy, why would I want to live? Isn't it? Like unworthiness is that's like a precursor to suicide, because there's no reason to get out of bed. But that's not what they mean by unworthy. It's one thing that we understand in the Krishna conscious sense by unworthy is that I am unworthy of the mercy I've been given. So, if I say to you, I would like to give you a free ticket to Mayapur and a place to live in for as long as you want. And you would say, and you'd say, oh no, I'm not worthy of that. And I'll say, no, but I want to give it to you. I know it's not yours, and you didn't earn it, but I want to give it to you. So the more you feel unworthy of it, the happier you feel, because you've just been gifted. So, Mahaprabhu, I'm unworthy of your mercy, but I'm drinking this mercy in. So the unworthiness makes me appreciate it more than if I were worthy. If I'm worthy of your mercy and you give it, it's not special. If I'm unworthy of it and you give it, it's special, right? So that's a kind of unworthiness. Another kind of unworthiness is that when you have a very high level of Krishna consciousness, all kinds of emotions start coming out, like, I have no love. You have a lot of love, but you think you have no love. I'm the most fallen. You're far from the most fallen. You're one of the most elevated. But you feel that. That's what love does to the pure devotee. And so they're made to feel like, I'm the lowest, this and that. But because it's generated from love, it doesn't have a negative effect because they have love for Krishna. So it's like an emotional response to love. And I think the best example we could give is like, if you do postgraduate work, the more you do, the more you realize all that you didn't know in undergraduate. When you were in doing your undergraduate education, as you go higher, you're like, oh, this is way bigger than I thought. And so the more you learn, the more you know, you realize you don't know. When you're second year of university, you thought you knew everything. So it's something like that. The more I have love, the more I feel I don't have it, the more I see what love is. So I don't even know what love is now because I don't have it. But when I start to get it and I see it's a vast ocean, so then I feel like, oh, I'm so low. I have no love for Krishna. You know, look at these other great devotees, they have love. So it has nothing to do with any material form of depression or a lack of self-esteem or any of that. Because the consequence of it is that it's very positive. So something negative can be positive. Hunger is positive, because if you're not hungry, you can't digest. So we can say hunger is positive. So that intense humility has a very positive effect. And the other thing is, that kind of humility is focused on Krishna. Like when they say, oh Krishna, I'm the most fallen, who are they thinking about? And who are they hankering to connect with? Krishna. But when you say, if you have low self-esteem and you say I'm the most fallen, you're not thinking about Krishna, you're thinking of, it's just self-pity. Isn't it? It's like, me, I'm so bad, nobody likes me, it's all me, me, me. They're not focused on themselves, they're focused on Krishna. So that's the fundamental difference. Yeah. Does that make sense? Or you want more clarification? Yeah.
Thank you.
So don't try to take any negative psychology you have and then, like throw that into bhakti and think it's something transcendental. They're completely different. And don't let those prayers of the Acharya, I'm the lowest this, I'm the lowest that. Don't let that confuse you, or don't try to use your low self-esteem as a methodology for humility, because it's not. And when you have low self-esteem, you need other people. This is why low self-esteem is not humility. Because humility is you respect others, and you don't want respect from them. The low self-esteem, you want respect from everybody to build up your self-esteem. And you're often critical and envious of others because you don't like it that they're better than you. So it's completely different from humility. Humility is the exact opposite of low self-esteem. That's why low self-esteem is, it's not
It's especially unhealthy for devotees because it causes you to try to attract attention to yourself, to get some sympathy or encouragement. Whereas the devotee is always trying to give support, rather and not put himself in a position where he needs people to praise and honor him, and then you don't like them if they don't do that. That's another problem. Right? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mahatma Prabhu. So thank you so much again for giving us that experience in praying for Krishna. I was just reflecting, and I will build up to my question. I'll share my reflection that when we read, there's so many scriptures in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and there's so many purports and so many lectures through our gurus. And when we try and understand, it's not an intellectual thing, it's more they're trying to articulate an experience and a feeling that they're having, which we need to slowly come up to understand. And although we intellectually try to grasp and understand, ultimately it has to come from that feeling and emotion and the heart. As you said, so the whole build-up to this is based on the feeling and praying to Krishna with feeling while we're chanting. So building up from that, my question would be, will every individual devotee have their own unique experience, although it's within that same realm of love for Krishna? But will every devotee experience that differently, and then they would also be able to express that differently, and that's almost how our preaching further...
To some degree, but many devotees will have the same experience also.
Okay.
And I think the experience and realization is one thing, the tattva is another. So we'll have the same tattva. So the first we understand with our head,
right,
this is the tattva. And so if we have different angles of realization of that tattva, it's okay, as long as we are looking and agreeing on the same tattva. That's where it can get a little tricky, when it goes into tattva and we're speculating. Whereas your experience of it, will vary according to your adhikari, qualification, and your advancement, realization, and you as a person, how you will see it, and that will change as you grow. So that's to be expected.
And then how do we know a lot of that is a spiritual emotion, or is it something still within the material realm? Is there a way we can understand that Krishna is reciprocating, and therefore, we're on the right path and we're progressing in the right...
Yeah, it would be, you're becoming more attached to Krishna, or more disinterested. If it's artificial, there's like nothing substantial will be there. Like you may feel, I have like all kinds of ecstasies and whatever, but then look at your life. What does your life look like? If that's the case, your life would, if it's true, your life would follow. So you have to evaluate it based on how it's affecting you. Yeah. I mean, Prabhupada says that all over. Advancement means how am I becoming attached to Krishna and detached from material things. So you have to see that. How is that actually happening? And also, I would say in addition, how am I lining up with Prabhupada's desire and his mission also? Because I may have like all kinds of great realizations and insights and all kinds of stuff, and I'm not really lined up with Prabhupada. So that's not what we want. I wouldn't call that spiritual advancement. I mean, you might have very high realizations, but they're not necessarily supporting the mood and mission of Prabhupada. And I wouldn't classify that as absolutely high realization, because your most important thing is to be connected to Guru. So that's something to carefully consider. I have a big realization, and the conclusion of my realizations, I do something Prabhupada didn't want. Yes. Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful session. Prabhu, you were mentioning about right now reciprocation and not reciprocation, and then you had mentioned about people who leave ISKCON, they're like so near to success and then they leave. So I was just thinking that if they are so near to success, they might be seeing the reciprocation of Krishna and then they just turn back. So I was not able to connect. Like,
well, the general answer will be that you can deviate from Krishna consciousness at any time, all the way up to the stage of bhava. So bhava is a pretty high stage, and you can fall from that stage. So the only permanent safe place is prema. So that's just an unfortunate reality. You always have to be on guard. And as to why someone would deviate, there are various reasons, but Prabhupada always stressed following, not offending devotees, being Brahminical, doing service. And usually, when someone has difficulty, especially if they're more advanced, it's usually because some offenses are being made. And it's usually offenses to devotees, and occasionally offenses to Prabhupada. That's what Shastra says, and there's not really many good reasons for someone very, very advanced to all of a sudden just kind of just become a different person, almost like within a few weeks. So then, yeah. Sometimes contamination gets in the heart and you don't get rid of it, and it takes over eventually. Like pride takes over. Nobody can tell you anything. You're not doing well, you're deviating, no one can tell you. That happens. My philosophy is, I think I have this philosophy based on what I've seen, is that humility is the safest place. You don't generally find the most humble devotees having difficulty. It's the ones who are more proud who face more difficulty. And when you're proud, you tend to offend devotees. I think humility is quite a safe place to be. Not artificial humility, not psychological weakness, but genuine humility is very safe. Because you're always respecting. You're not thinking you're better, you're always appreciating. Even someone may be lower, but you'll appreciate something about them. Sometimes devotees say, well, how can you appreciate someone who's lower than you? There's always something to appreciate about everybody. You can appreciate something about an ant, how much sugar they can carry on their back, Right? A little mosquito. Wow, how's that mosquito fly? It's amazing. There's always something to appreciate. When in doubt, just be humble. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, could you speak little about hankering and what you mentioned about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement? It was something like I'm attracted by things of this material world, but I'm not attracted by you. So can you elaborate on that, please?
Material hankering or spiritual hankering?
Both.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mahaprabhu and a lot of the acharyas, they will offer prayers as if they were conditioned souls to teach us, right? So that hankering of Mahaprabhu in the 5th verse, 6th verse, Nayanam Yugadut Ashuddharaya, when will I cry? Badanam Gadgadarudaya, when will I choke? Kudakar Nichitam, when will the hairs on my body stand up? That's really It's a really hankering for like, when will that day come when I have love for Krishna? That we should all have. And there's, you know this song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Kabhi Habi Bolo Se Dinamar, when oh when will that day come? So it's, when oh when will that day come? And then he lists all the things that he's hoping, like he's anticipating. You know, let's say you're a dancer. When will that day come when I'm dancing on stage and, you know, the Prime Minister of India is there and, you know, there's 10,000 people in the audience. It's like, what is your most cherished goal? When will that day come? When all my offenses ceasing, taste for the name increasing. When in my heart will your mercy shine? When will that day be mine? And then he goes on. When will I run along the banks of the Ganga like a madman, chanting Gauranga, Gauranga? Like, when will that ecstasy come? In other words, when will my heart be pure? So all the things that happen within a pure heart in my life will appear, which are all aspects of loving Krishna. So it's really a hankering for when will that day come when I love Krishna. So if we have a strong hankering for that, that becomes what pulls our life in every, you know, like everything you do, every choice you make. If your hankering is to love Krishna, it will be choices that will get you closer to that. If you don't have that hankering, and you're hankering for something material, obviously you make choices, different choices. Material hankering is natural for the conditioned soul, because we want things. Right? We want so many things. And Prabhupada said, if you're hankering materially, that's a sign you have a problem. It's a sign of a spiritual problem. And if you're hankering spiritually, that's a good sign. And if you hanker spiritually, you won't hanker materially. And if you hanker materially, you won't hanker spiritually. So your next question is, how do I hanker spiritually? And the answer is, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You keep going on, you keep doing sadhana, you keep hearing, and that hankering gets stronger and stronger. You become more attracted to Krishna. As you become more attracted to Krishna, you want more of Krishna and less of Maya. And when it becomes strong enough, then you'll be Nayanam Garuda Shraddhara. When, oh when, will my eyes be filled with tears? When will that day come? Otherwise, when will that day come when I get a mansion? And, you know, become CEO of Google and whatever else you want. That's normal for conditioned souls. But my point yesterday was, if you're chanting properly, you will be hankering spiritually. And if you're chanting but it's offensive, you'll end up hankering materially. And that's how you know your chanting is not done properly. Because you'll find all kinds of things in your heart that shouldn't be there. Like what did Krishna tell Arjuna? How have all these impurities come in your heart? I think it was a devotee, one devotee offended Srivas Thakur. And this devotee got leprosy. And Lord Chaitanya saw him and he said, please cure me of this leprosy. And Mahaprabhu said, no. You've allowed your heart to become contaminated, and your heart is the most sacred place. And you've allowed contamination in your heart. That's a sign of spiritual weakness. So if you follow the process properly, you'll naturally be hankering for Krishna consciousness. And if you don't, you will naturally be hankering for everything else but Krishna. Krishna will get a back seat in your life, or he'll get the front seat. If you're a devotee, if you're pious, Krishna may only get the back seat, not the front seat. But if you do sadhana well, he'll get the front seat. Does that make sense? He'll be more important to you.
Prabhu, can I also ask one more question? That sometimes when we are chanting, so we experience this, when will that day come? But then there are other times when we are pulled in opposite directions. So we toggle between spiritual hankering and material desires. So if material desires come while chanting, how should we tackle that?
You know, something really beautiful that I've discovered. So many of the material desires, we actually don't want them. They're just impulses. And this is where intelligence comes in. Because our intelligence knows what's good for us, and our intelligence knows what we want. It's just the impulses born of conditioning that are the problem. So, you find yourself desiring something you really don't even want, because that's conditioning. Like what you just said. It's like, there's a couple of things you can do. And I find just stating out loud what you want and what you don't want. So let's say something comes up and you really don't want it. Just say out loud, I don't want this. And state what you want. And that energizes and clarifies what you want. You can try it. It's really, really powerful. Just state it. Because those flickering thoughts in the mind, if they're not what you want, and you just say, Maya, I don't want this. What I want Krishna's lotus feet, or whatever I want in Krishna consciousness. You state it. And you state to Maya, don't bother me with this, I don't want it. But basically, when you say it out loud, you're really telling yourself, you're really reinforcing to yourself you don't want it, which is beautiful, isn't it? Because the mind's like, and you just go, mind, I don't want that. Don't bother me with that. What I want is this. So it's such a beautiful thing to reinforce in your own mind and heart what you want by speaking it. And there's another one, a psychologist, I think it was a psychologist, said, have a conversation with your intelligence. Like something's coming up, you're hankering for something material, and say, intelligence, what do you think about this? What do you think I should do? Have a little talk with your intelligence. That is interesting, Like we find the acharyas are like, my dear mind, don't do this, don't do that. They're having conversations with their mind, trying to make sense of it. You have a conversation with your intelligence. My dear intelligence, I have this attachment right now. What should I do? And you know what the intelligence is going to say. And so by talking to your intelligence, you activated it. Because in those times, it's your intelligence that saves you. Right? And everything we're doing, sitting here and hearing and chanting and all the reading we do every day, is strengthening our intelligence. So as devotees, we have good intelligence. We just have to make sure it's always working. And that hankering comes when the intelligence is, like it sneaks in. Intelligence is weak. And then we suffer, because we do something that in a sober moment we would have never done. And then we regret it. And it's very painful. And the most beautiful thing is to always act in Krishna consciousness, because that's what you want. Now think about this. It's impossible to be happy doing something, being impelled to do something that you're going to later know you're going to regret. Have you ever done something and you go, I know I'm going to regret this, and then you just do it. So you got your pleasure, and now you had 10 minutes of pleasure and 3 weeks of regret. Right? That's a very unloving thing to do to yourself, isn't it? So it also helps when you have these attachments and these desires that are really foreign to what's deep in your heart, to just think, if I do this, I will suffer and I will bring about my own suffering. And I love myself, I care for myself, I want to love and care for myself more so that I wouldn't do these things to myself. And this is how also, when this workshop is over, this is how one of the main ways you're going to be able to continue. It's because you care about yourself. And if you care about yourself, everything we've learned here, you will want to apply. And if you don't care, it's very easy to forget it. Because caring is fundamental. Caring is fundamental to progress. Caring about yourself, fundamental to progress. And sometimes the only thing that's going to help you is that you care too much about yourself to do something that you'll regret. You love yourself too much to cause harm to yourself. So even though you have some material hankering, you tell yourself, if I do this, I know I will be unhappy, and I can't do that to myself. Otherwise, you tell yourself, I know if I do this, I'll be unhappy, and then you say, I don't care, let's do it. That's a lack of self-love. Did you know that? Yeah. So if you increase your self-love, it makes a big difference. That's the whole topic of my self-care course. Overcoming the I don't care. This little I don't care voice. That's what's destroying us. If you have a voice that says I care, you practically can do anything. You practically can do anything that's good for you. And if you have a voice that says I don't care, you can have a really hard time doing what's good for you because you don't care. Somehow or other we have to care. Somehow or other. And it's the same with your japa. You have to care. So now you're going away with a lot of good things to do for your japa, but you have to care. If you don't care enough, you won't do it. Isn't that interesting? So I realized, I think I realized this while I was teaching the self-care course, that when we say it's difficult for me to do something, and then we might say something like, I don't care enough about this. This is difficult, it's hard, I don't care enough about it. Then I realized if you cared more about yourself, you would do it, even though you don't care enough about it. So you might say, I don't care enough about japa. Then I would say, if you cared more about yourself, would you care more about your japa? I think it's obvious. The answer is yes. So most of us stop on like, I don't care enough about my japa, and I don't know what to do, and I never cared about japa, etc. And I say, go one level lower. Care more about yourself. And then you'll care more about your japa. So we think it's the japa I don't care about. I think it's the self I don't care about. That's what I think. So that's a good meditation. Because I believe if you care more about yourself, you will chant better japa. If you care more about yourself, you will care more about your japa. And it's hard to care more about your japa if you don't care more about yourself. I mean, you could care about your japa and not care about yourself, but it's unlikely. Or at least unlikely that it would last. Anyway, in answer to your question, we're all hankering. That's just the nature of material consciousness. But we've come here to hanker for Krishna and to pray to Krishna all the time. Help me. Help me become attached to you. And if we don't do that, what happens? There's a million things to become attached to. Right? Dayato Visham Punsam. Just meditate on it, you'll become attached to it. And that's all coming, it's all coming from not being spiritually satisfied. Because if we're spiritually satisfied, then why would we become attached to things that aren't in relation to Krishna? We wouldn't. Would we? No. You don't eat when you're not full. And when you're full, you don't eat. You eat when you're not full. So if I'm empty inside, then I hanker for something enjoyable. Because I lack Krishna consciousness. Ah, the sun loves me. If somebody goes up there and stands up there, I think someone just walked by. Oh, he's going to put something up. Maybe. No, I think. Oh, keep going up. Okay. Where should I go? Over here? Okay. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, anything else you want to ask? Yes.
So, thank you for that explanation. I just have a question, like professionally I do talk about self-care and self-love because I feel idea of self is the basis of all discomfort and conflict. But after listening to a few spiritual gurus and swamis, it felt like giving up of desire is important for spiritual growth. But what you just hinted was that self-love will bring us closer to love for Krishna. Can you explain this connection, self-love and...
Because loving Krishna is in our highest self-interest. Prabhupada said, if you want your self-interest, worship Vishnu. Because we're part of, we are part of Vishnu. So Prabhupada said, well, if you love yourself because you're part of God, it's like you're loving God, loving yourself, they're the same. And Prabhupada said, if you truly love yourself, then you'll become Krishna conscious, because that's the best thing for you.
But
so, yes? No, go ahead.
The question was like, when we talk about self-love, we talk about engage in things that you want to do, right?
But we're talking about the spiritual self. What's good for that?
So I want to see if there's a connection between that psychological self-love and self-care that we are talking about and the spiritual one.
I think the problem, I don't know if it's a problem, but the difference is when they talk about self-love, they're talking about, they're not including the soul as part of that equation. And it's very much, it's often very focused on the body. Like, it's not that it's so bad, but if it just stops there, then, so, our self-love is focused on doing things which are beneficial for us spiritually. So, if I'm going to do something which is going to undermine my Krishna consciousness, then I could tell myself, I love myself too much to allow myself to do something which would be destructive for my spiritual life. So in principle, or psychology, it's the same idea. In application, it's focused on the self and its relationship with Krishna as what is our real self-interest. And so loving the self is in relation to that. But, the principles of self-love are there also. But it just has a higher goal. And it's not limited to physical self. But...
Thank you.
Yes.
What is chanting with remorse? Is it just a feeling? Is it revealing what you're feeling to somebody in confidence? Is it writing a letter to the holy name? Obviously changing your behavior, but really, like, what could you define?
I think it can be
more?
all of that. As far as I understand, Bhaktivinoda Thakur defined it as like an apology to Krishna, that I have offended your name. I've taken it cheaply. I think it's beautiful to do that, because how are you going to stop taking Krishna's name cheaply unless you apologize? Some people don't want to apologize because they know they're going to do it again. I think, we did this exercise in one Japa workshop, and a lot of people said, I said, how'd it go? And they said, I didn't apologize. Why not? I said, because I wasn't sure I could keep my promise to not... Well, no, actually what we said is we did the remorse, and then we said, can you make an intention that you won't chant bad rounds? And they said, I can't, because I'm not sure. But making an intention is different than making a vow. I think we can make an intention. Krishna, I'm sorry that I've chanted bad rounds, and I've offended your name. I want to make an intention not to do that again. Because when you make an intention, it brings it to your awareness. And once I made that intention, then a lot of times I would stop chanting because I was not in a good place to chant, and I couldn't chant well. I was just like, I'm not going to chant here. Previously, I would have just chanted to get my rounds done. In the car, everybody's talking, you're chanting, and you're just listening to them talk. So, what's the point? I'm not going to chant bad rounds. That's how that intention works. So I think we should all make that intention. That is important. And I think one of the intentions we can make, either tonight or tomorrow, if we want to make that intention, is to be aware of all the things that would cause me to chant poorly. Like, what does it look like? And just be aware. I'm not going to do that anymore. Chanting in front of the TV or whatever it is, I'm not going to do. So be aware of what is causing you to chant poorly, and then just make an intention not to do that. Yeah. I don't know what. I want to do it tomorrow. I want to make sure everybody's here. But tomorrow we'll do that. You can kind of look at what are those pitfalls and isolate them and make an intention to no longer allow myself to go in that direction.
I had one more question. So when we talk about chanting with the mood of prayer, some other leaders who do, Japa workshops might say that posture is a big deal, right? So, but sitting down is important, but that can be really difficult over the course of 2 hours. So they might even advise, like, Japa while walking can also be like a hindrance to getting into a certain framework. But obviously we do Japa walks, etc. Is that not okay?
It depends on the person. I think those who recommend sitting down for 2 hours and chanting are recommending it. Number one, obviously they can do it, and for them that has been proven the most effective, generally because you're not in a distracting situation. And what I have found, and I think this is why they say that, Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Shri Radha Choda Gopinath ki jai, Jagannath Swami ki jai, Go Premanandi. The nature of the mind tends to wander more when the body's moving, especially when the eyes are moving. So you're trying to chant in a car, there's a million things moving by, right? It's harder than sitting in your room, obviously. But I just heard a lecture by Urmila, which I like what she said. She kind of made your same point. She said, well, I wouldn't recommend one thing for everybody because it may not be the one thing that everybody can do well. And I think younger people would have a hard time sitting for 2 hours. There's too much. So they need to stand, they need to walk around. You could say, yeah, well, it'd be better if they just sit. Their minds would be more calm. But they can't sit. So then it's better that they're up walking. And that's one thing I would say. It's an individual choice. The second thing I would say is that if you are going to walk, just walk somewhere where you won't be distracted. Sometimes when I have to finish my rounds, I live near a forest. I live near about 5 forests. And so I just go. I'll go for a walk. If I have 8 rounds, I walk 4 rounds in, and the time I get out, it's 8 rounds. And maybe it would be better I sit in my temple room, but it's like 5 in the afternoon, and if I do, I can't concentrate. So, yeah, you have to see what works for you, not what works for somebody else. That might also work for you, but you have to see. Yeah. What do you think Bhakti Marg Swami, how do you think he would answer that question? So the answer is it depends. It depends on what. But yeah, generally, typically sitting down in a sacred place or a sacred space where there's no distraction, you don't have to fight any distraction. I did do a Japa workshop here. I think I did 3 workshops here before all of you were born or something. We were born in Krishna consciousness. I think we did one on Japa. I believe we did one on forgiveness and one on prayer. And in the Japa work, when the one on Japa, I said, walk around fast and look around. Just keep walking and looking and try to chant your rounds. And it was impossible. So your body's, there's so much passion in your body, and your eyes are going everywhere, and your mind just goes where your eyes go. Whereas you sit down, you can just focus. But some of you may, walk in a forest or a park or a nice neighborhood, and that might be inspiring for you. I walk every day. So I chant when I walk. I don't know how to walk and not chant. You know that? Because I've done it so much. When I walk, I'm just like, where are my beats? I can't, like I'm OCD, or I'm OCD, Japa walker. I don't know how to walk and not chant. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Prabhu, when we are chanting, so we learn that we have to communicate through the heart. And sometimes there are these thoughts which come. So are they coming in heart? Are they coming in mind? I don't know where these thoughts...
It depends what the thoughts are. And it depends if you're thinking, feeling, willing. You may have thoughts in your mind that you're feeling also. You may have thoughts in your mind you're not feeling. So then you're just chanting and thinking. Thinking about your thoughts is different than feeling your thoughts. This is a good one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Especially this is kind of a joke for men who don't know if they're feeling or not. They go, Prabhu, you should feel when you're chanting. And they're going, Hare Krishna. I wonder if I'm feeling right now. Hare Krishna. I don't know if I'm feeling or not. Something like that. I think I'm feeling. What is feeling anyway? I'm not sure. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm feeling hungry, I know that. So, it's like, if you have to think if you're feeling, guess what? You're not. So, if you say, well, I would like to feel this way, I would like to put this into my japa, so that may come as a thought first. Then can you put that into feeling? And as I said before, if it's a feeling that you have that's real for you, it's natural. should be natural. Everything should be natural. Don't force it. She was asking yesterday about, well, I don't know if you're asking, higher, different levels of chanting, and we were talking about meditating, right? We were talking about meditating on Krishna Lila. But Prabhupada said, that's not something you force, it's something that happens as you advance. You want to hear a funny story? It was in San Francisco in the late 60s, in the temple, the devotee got a picture of Krishna, and he put it on a harmonica holder. A harmonica holder is a wire piece that goes around your neck, and at the end of it, a harmonica fits in. And so when you're playing guitar and you want to play harmonica, it's like dangling low. And you want to play, you just pick it up, and I guess you hold it in your mouth and you play. So in that harmonica, did you hear that? No. Harmonica holder, it's a metal piece around your neck that holds a harmonica. So he didn't have a harmonica in it, he took a picture of Krishna. Because Shastra says you should think of Krishna 24/7. So he just had this harmonica holder, and he'd look at the picture of Krishna. And Prabhupada thought that was crazy. That's not the process. So, you hear, you chant, you pray, and then at some point you'll think of Krishna, or you read Bhagavatam at night, 10th canto, chant in the morning, think of the Leelas. Should be natural. You want to think of the Leelas while you chant, read them at night, or read them before you chant. That's hanker. That's good. Hanker. You can hanker to be able to think of Krishna's Leela while you chant. That would be good. You can pray for that. Leelas. You can hanker to think of Krishna's Leelas when you chant. Wasn't that song by Lakshmi Shankar long ago, Krishna, I'm missing you, where are you? You know, how does that song go? Who knows that song? Krishna, where are you? I'm missing you. I cannot see you? Yeah. That's good. But then, Prabhupada would say, if you want to see Krishna Leela, but become qualified to see it. So you have to become pure. Qualify yourself, and then you will see it when you chant. And so sometimes we want to see something, we want a realization we're not qualified for. We haven't earned it. So that's artificial. Don't spend $1 million before you made. Don't spend $1 million before you made 2 million. So don't try to enter some higher state of Krishna consciousness before you're qualified. All right. Yeah. Good. All right. Now what do? We only have half hour. Would you like to do an exercise? So, on a piece of paper on your phone, I will tell you what to write. Write down, the holy name is my, and then put a blank. The holy name is my, and just put a line. And under the line, put same sentence, because. So, I will give you an example. The holy name is my friend because he goes with me. He's willing to go with me wherever I go. The holy name is my psychiatrist because he keeps me sane in this crazy world. So you have two things. The holy name is, what is it for you, and why? So because is why it's like that. And you can write that as many times as you want. This is an exercise in appreciation. And we talked about appreciation, I think, yesterday, maybe today. Appreciation is a very powerful emotion. This will help you appreciate. And this exercise is good to look at, like a year from now. Or good to look at when your japa is not good. So write as many as you want. And then we're going to share with one another and get excited. Krishna Govinda. I have about 10 Japa retreat notebooks with the holy name as my over the years. And nice to look at, 10 years later. when you finish, write one more. Might be the best one. What? One second. Okay. I'm thinking maybe that's figure it out tomorrow. Or you don't have a suitcase at home. I was thinking of leaving them here at the next time we come. You can buy a suitcase in the county. Small one is like the one we left is plenty big. We'll see, I don't know. I need Brother Priya to take it now. I have to get her to take a picture to see what's there. I'll send her a message. To buy it, you know, just buy one there. Hare Krishna. So, who needs more time? All right, I think we're good. So, we are going to turn over the microphone to all of you, and you're going to share with us one or two or three of your appreciations of the Holy Name to inspire us and to also inspire yourself. Okay. It looks like you have the microphone.
So Prabhu, I have mentioned, I'll share 3. Holy Name is my internal conversation because it's with Krishna himself. Holy Name is my cup of love because by drinking it I am full of love. Holy Name is my window because it opens Krishna's world to me.
Nice.
The Holy Name is my dear friend because he allows me to connect with him no questions asked, anytime I want, and even when I have neglected him and offended him. And I also wrote, the holy name is my mother because she loves me unconditionally and is always available, ready to listen to me with love, even when I am not a great child.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Holy name is my best friend because it wants my ultimate good. Holy name is my only savior because only he can save me from this material world.
Yes.
The holy name is my refuge because Prabhupada has mercifully shared this knowledge. The holy name is my joy because when I hear it being sung, my heart and soul are content.
My heart is
And soul are content.
consoled.
Content. Content.
What was the word before content?
My heart and soul.
Oh, my heart and soul. I thought we were saying consoled. Okay.
The holy name is my protector because the Lord helps me calm down my fear and anxiety in challenging or unknown situations. The holy name is my friend because the Lord is always with me in moments of joy and sorrow. And the holy name is my solace as the Lord's name gives me comfort in moments of need.
The holy name is my friend because it hugs me in all situations. It is the true love of my life because it loves me unconditionally. It is my guardian because it protects me from all situations. And it is my smile because it makes me feel loved and happy.
The holy name is my smile. Wow. Hare Krishna.
The holy name is my salvation because it reflects the absolute truth and a fundamental reality of transcendental sound.
The holy name is my home because he gives me unconditional love and provides safety from everything, even when it's myself. And the holy name is my saving grace because he is always there to catch me, guide me, and pull me out of any difficult situation.
The holy name is my foundation because it enables all obstacles to be removed in my life. The holy name is my solace because it will be the only thing I can take with me at the end of my life.
Holy name is my spiritual phone because it allows me to connect with Krishna right away as if he's sitting in front of me. It liberates me when I'm feeling distressed. It connects me with my real identity. And it appears like a magical door that gives me a spiritual self-care.
Beautiful.
The holy name is my lighthouse because it shows me the way and direction.
Holy name is my what?
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
The holy name is my treasure because nothing in this world is worth more.
Oh, nice.
Holy name is my hope because nothing more works in the world.
The holy name is my treasure because it is the most valuable object and it is given by Krishna himself. The holy name is my love because it's imperfect, a condition, but whatever is it belongs to Radha and Krishna.
Quietly. You can do it quietly. We're going to finish at 6. We'll be done at 6. What time is our tea? 6? Yeah. Ring the bell and we'll stop.
The holy name is my safe space because it gives me a comfort of being with Krishna. And then the holy name is my detox because it allows me to forget everything except Krishna for a while.
It's your what?
Detox.
Detox. Oh, yeah.
The holy name is my emergency contact because I know my call to Radha Krishna will not go unanswered.
Wow.
And the holy name is my air conditioner. It cools down my heated temper.
Hare Krishna. No? Yes? She wants to go.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Maharaj. I do not know how to read it. I will just a few sentences. I think I have an essay here. Holy name is my friend, and I don't know how it went to Krishna. I'm so grateful, thankful to Krishna that he has made us meet Prabhupada. Like we are able to read his books, and we meet so many happy devotees, and always looking forward to some festival or the other, Kirtan, Japa, workshop like this, and festival. So I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
The holy name is my weapon because it gives me courage to face the world. The holy name is my armor because it makes me feel protected. The holy name is my redemption because it cleanses my soul.
The holy name is my master because he is my connection with Krishna. The holy name is my savior because he saves me from the clutches of material energy. The holy name is my companion because it keeps me company even in my lowest times.
Say that again. Companion because?
It keeps me company even in my lowest times.
Oh, nice.
The holy name is my medicine because it heals my heart unconditionally. The holy name is my only real anchor because it is eternal and stable. And the holy name is my light because it gives me clarity.
The holy name is my vacation spot because I can get away from everything. I can go there and get away from everything.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So the holy name is my solace. It detaches my mind from material thoughts. It's my guide because it enriches my intelligence and make me see where I am lacking or doing wrong. And it's my deities because I can worship Radha Krishna immediately. So yeah.
Yeah. You can worship Radha and Krishna without being a Brahmin by chanting Hare Krishna.
The holy name is like a parent. It calms me down in situations of crisis and hugs me at times when I need the hug. The holy name is like Google Maps. It helps me navigate, stop, rewire and navigate through situations when I'm erratic and stressful. And the holy name loves me like my guru, constantly trying to build my relationship with Krishna.
The holy name is my GPS because it guides me back to Godhead. Right?
The holy name is my savior because I seek meaning and true path for the rest of my life and it provides it. The holy name is my companion because it appears or is accessible whenever I need it.
Thank you.
The holy name is mine because it is the only key that I have to open the doors of spiritual world to the lotus feet of Krishna. The holy name is mine because the holy name is Krishna himself. The holy name is mine because I am part and parcel of Krishna.
Thank you.
The holy name is my teacher because it teaches me to love Krishna by doing pure devotional service. The holy name is my energy booster because it gives me energy to fight my material desires. The holy name is my cleaner because it cleanses me of my 6 viruses, namely anger, greed, lust, envy, pride and ego.
Beautiful.
Hare Krishna. The holy name is my anchor because it gives me the power to hold everything together in the most difficult times.
Wow, nice.
Hare Krishna. The holy name is my therapist because it helps me talk to Krishna without anyone judging me.
The holy name is my dear friend because I feel the reciprocation even when I'm weak and lonely. The holy name is my ultimate lover because it accepts me for who I am with all my imperfections and my faults.
The holy name is my best friend because he understands and accepts me for who I am.
The holy name is my friend because it makes me feel safe.
The holy name is my airplane because it brings me to Krishna. And my holy name is my protector because it protects me everywhere I go.
The holy name is my rising sun because it is filling my darkened life with endless light and life with Krishna's presence. The holy name is my Lord because it is non-different from Krishna and gives me the experience of being with Him.
The holy name is my everything when there is nothing, my everything when I need anything, my only ultimate connection to the ultimate.
Thank you.
The holy name is my mother and father because it is always available, it always guides me and protects me. The holy name is my ultimate wealth and life.
Holy name.
The holy name is my strength because it gives me energy and courage whenever I am weak. The holy name is my fertilizer because it grows me spiritually and helps me to do devotional service.
The holy name is my home because it shelters me from the material world.
The holy name is my friend because I can spend as much time as I want, there's no limit. The holy name is my energy because it gives me energy and the day goes very easy after chanting. The holy name is my teacher because I learn discipline from it.
Thank you. Anyone else we missed? Oh. You want to read it? You want me to?
Holy name is? She wrote, holy name is all my help.
Is all I am?
All my help.
All my
The
help.
holy name helps me do the good things.
Well, it's 5:57. I think we finished for today. Thank you for being here. You're still here. Give yourself a big hand. And I want to tell you something really important, because by being here all day, you showed the holy name that you're interested in improving. You didn't give up. You didn't get bored and say, this is too much, too long. So that's a really good sign. And that is it's important. Some people, they want to improve their japa, but they don't want to do anything to improve it. So you're doing something to improve it, and Krishna sees that. So that's really good. So thank you again, and tomorrow we will start at 10. And tomorrow at 7:30 there's an initiation here in the temple. Is that correct?
Oh.
Yes.
From 7:30, and then I will give a talk at the initiation about the 10 offenses. So if you can come for that, that'll be nice. Debija is getting initiated. So that'll be a highlight of the morning. And then after that, we will start at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Taigo Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.